You keep me right with all the questions,
I'll
but
keep
you're
you right.
because I don't remember
Actually, you know what? I don't have the questions here. You want to bring them up?
them. You keep me right, because then I'll forget what they are.
All right. I'm good. And we can keep this part in because it's authentic, isn't it? Alrighty. So, Mrs. Spears,
Cheryl.
Yeah, Mrs. Spears and Cheryl is here. So I have two names for you because obviously you're Levi's P1 and P2 teacher, who's just the best teacher we've ever thought we could have had. And then you're obviously come to the gym as well. So why don't you give like a brief intro of who you are? I've already told you what you do, but you can just say.
Well,
just for
I
reference.
am Cheryl Spears. I'm 54, I know, woo, and will be 55 on my next birthday, which is in May. I'm a primary school teacher, as you know, I teach P1 and 2. I've been teaching now 32 years.
Wow.
Married with 3 growing up children, 2 still at uni and 1 out working.
Wow. Brilliant.
So,
What's the challenges there with the kids that old?
paying everything.
Yeah, it's much more expensive when they're older.
Pockets are dry.
Really?
Yes, dry. So cannot wait till those 2 are finished and out working, and then maybe I'll have a wee bit more for myself.
Yeah. What about the eldest one's out working?
He's out working.
Okay.
Yeah, but
so
then
he doesn't get as much because
he
he's
doesn't
out
get as
working.
much. Oh no, it's like
he's done now. His
but
job.
then, having said that, you feel a wee bit guilty because you're still paying for the other 2. So you think, well, every now and again you need to sort of get him a wee treat too.
Love it. Keep him right.
Yeah.
Cool. So, like, Cheryl, you've been coming to the gym since maybe April? Was it?
Started in April, Mark.
Yeah.
Yes. Can
Brilliant.
you believe it?
So I'm going to tell the story of how you joined first. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So last Christmas there was a raffle in the school. Is that right?
That's right.
And you won the trial for the gym.
And I had absolutely no idea. My boss sent me a snapshot of it, and I sent my message straight back was, "What is SuperHero Fit?" I thought, is it a new bar of chocolate, or is it a new shop that's just opened up?
Brilliant. And then you were disappointed that it was a bloody gym.
I just thought, there's not a chance. I don't even know where I put it. I put it like at the back of my head, and I just thought, well, there's no way. There's just not a chance. I'm not going.
Yeah. And then then I came into school and did.
That's right. Yes.
You guys had organised some charity thing where you got me in to do a fitness class and
with the
raise
kids,
some money for it.
which was absolutely amazing. You were fabulous, and the kids really enjoyed it, and it was great.
That April or March?
I think it was probably March.
Must be
Yeah,
March,
March. And then that day that you were in, another colleague of mine, Heather Hawthorne, she said, right, Spears, she says, come on, we need to go and support this guy because look what he's done for us and all the rest. And I thought, no way, you can go, you sign up. So she kept running back and forward to my classroom and said, I've signed up, I'm going to put your name down. We're going, and that's that. So under much reluctance and everything else, I thought, right, okay. And I just thought, right, I'll go one day.
Yeah,
and that'll
it was a
please
2-week
her.
trial, right?
That'll
It
keep
was like
her.
a 14-day trial, no obligation.
And I thought it'll keep her happy, and and it'll, supporting you and all the rest. So anyway, I got up that first morning of my Easter holidays when I should have been lying in my bed.
That's right.
And here I was in here, and I don't know. There's just magic in this place because I got hooked. I honestly got hooked, and that's how it all started. And I'm here since, and I just loved it. I don't know what it was, what it did to me. It's you guys just have, I don't know what it is, something special that you're just so motivational and so encouraging that I had to come back. I had to come back the next day.
The second day.
And then I think it was by the 3rd day, I just told my husband, you're going too. And of course he announced, no, I'm not. I says, yes, you are, because if I'm going, you're going.
Because Gary had never been to the gym before?
He had never been, he didn't even say yes, because the first answer out of him was, I don't even have any gym gear. And I says, I am almost certain, about 15 years ago, I bought you a pair of Canterbury bottoms, and I'm nearly sure they're up in your wardrobe somewhere. And I went up and hoped for them and found them. Needless to say, they were dusty and all the rest. But I said, they'll do you right, like. And I flew into the town, bought him a plain T-shirt, and I said, right, you're going, and that's that. And now he is hooked as well, just absolutely loves it. And I mean, he looks amazing, he feels amazing, and he's here too now to stay.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
Gary could very well be on this podcast as well. The fact that the progress that he's made
has
been unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
I'm not sure Gary would do the podcast though, would he?
No, I'm not so sure about that.
Gaz comes twice a week and that's probably all he wants to see in the gym. That's brilliant. That's really cool. Talk a little bit about your progress this year.
Progress.
Since you started.
Oh my goodness. Well, look, even the fact that I'm still here and loving it, I just think that's progress in itself. As regards then change to body size and all of that, I mean, I've come down some considerable sizes, lost some considerable body fat and everything else, and toned in places I never thought was possible. That in itself is exciting. However, to me, that at the beginning I didn't want to get obsessive about that. It's always been my Achilles heel. I'm sure a lot of women out there will agree with me. They've maybe gone through their life and went up and down in weight and all the rest. And I think when you come through my age group, coming through perimenopause and the menopause and all of that, I think I just got to a stage where I didn't care anymore either. I just was happy. So coming here just gave me that kickstart. It honestly gave me that kick that I needed. And I just thought, right, that is it. Things have got to change. And that's what I did. And you've got your 5 changes there on the board. And I remember looking at them and thinking, right, I need to do those. And you were saying, right, more water, try and get in a few more steps.
Exercise routine.
Yes, think about what you're eating. Think about, and that's all I did. I just thought, right, let's see if I can make those small changes. Let's see, instead of eating that, will I eat this? Let's see if I can do a few more steps today. Let's see if I can, try and do a wee bit more or a few more reps at the gym or whatever. I just wanted to make sure that the changes I did, that I could maintain them and that they were sustainable for me. Because you kept using those words too, Cheryl. It's all about maintenance, being able to sustain what you're doing, making those changes and everything else, and reaching for those goals. And so for me, that has worked. And then whenever you go to put on a pair of jeans and you suddenly find, oh my goodness, these are too big, I need to come down a size, then that's the motivational factor right there in itself.
Would you say that that's been one of the keys for you, not worrying about what the scales say and stuff?
Yes, totally.
Because a lot of women would put real emphasis on that and do that for years.
Yes. I mean, and that's where I have been. And this time I just thought, no, I'm not going to go down that route. I'm just going to focus on those wee steps and those wee changes and see if I can maintain them, and then just enjoy those nice, exciting moments where you realize something is too big, or you need to come down a size, and then you need to come down another size. And then you realize I can do more. I actually can do more now in the gym. The progress, as you were saying there, another big thing for me is the energy. Oh my goodness, Mark, I have just so much more energy. Like, I don't know where it's come from. I really don't. And then that all helps with mobility. I just so much more mobility, more flexibility as well, which is unreal. I do have, as you know, I was born with autoimmune disease, rheumatoid arthritis. And then I was also diagnosed with something called ankylosing spondylitis.
So, Michael?
So I know, honestly. Well, it's really arthritis in the spine and the sacroiliac joints and everything else. But you guys are all well aware of that. And you would think, with having those things that would hold me back or, stop me from progressing or whatever. No, in fact, you know what? You guys have motivated me just to keep going. If ever I do feel pain or stiffness or whatever, you've always got an alternative for me. There's always an alternative. There's only once that I've come in and said, I'm feeling a wee bit sore tonight, and Michael immediately was able to say, right, come and do this instead. And then not only that, you're always showing me the correct positions. You're always saying, but this is what you do. This is how you stand. This is how you hold yourself, and all the rest. So to me, you cannot use those things as an excuse either. They're just not. My flexibility now and my mobility has improved, oh my goodness, immensely, just immensely. I can also remember whenever we first started, and one of the things you got us to do was to do sit-ups. Yep. Well, Gary and I just looked at each other and rolled the eyes and thought, oh my goodness. And I just remember getting down on the floor and lying flat, and that was about as far as I could get and do. Yes. And I remember just thinking, can I just lie here? Like, how do I wing this? Yeah. And I remember looking over at Gary and him looking over at me, and both of us thinking, I can't even get up, I can't move. And I had to, both of us had to roll onto our sides. It was so funny, honestly. Roll onto our sides and like try and push ourselves up. And then we just started to laugh. And you know what? The thing is, in this gym, you don't feel bad about that. You can come and not be able to do something or find something a struggle. And that's what's lovely about you guys that are all here and all the people that we have met here. It's just a lovely, welcoming atmosphere. And so we didn't feel bad. However, quickly Michael was on top of us immediately and told us what to do, where to start.
Yep.
Right, this is where you start. And now, well, you know, now I can do like, you know, 20 plus, no bar. And that's in the middle of reps and in the middle of a whole routine. And
I mean, I'll give you a couple of things that you do really well, is that you're pushing yourself really well.
Yeah.
Pushing yourself on your capabilities. Like, you'll always increase the weight on the barbell.
Yeah.
And every week there's a smidge more, a couple
more reps. I know.
And there's never stopping early. It's you do the 50 minutes and you come in and you give your all. And that stuff, like...
Now, I might be huffing and puffing and moaning and groaning because I do.
Maybe envy
and
yourself.
I see Michael laughing and you guys laughing at me sometimes, but I love all that because I'm just like, is he serious? And whenever he comes out with like how many reps, 50, 20, I'm going, what? I goes, this guy is far too fond of the big numbers. And that's where I think, I'm only a P1 teacher, can we not stay down, you know, maybe within the 1 to 10 range, you know? I might be able to do like 10 of those, but anyway. But you're right, you just push yourselves, but it's you guys all around us, and that help, you know, to motivate us and get us there and get us through the workout. And even though the sweat's dripping me and the hair's sticking to me and I look a hot mess, I just keep going. And I find myself saying that because you'll go, good on you, keep it going, come on, dig in deep. Yep. And then I'll say that to myself. I'll just go, you can do this, you can do it, come on, you can do it. One more.
Yeah. Thankfully, if you get around people that are encouraging and want to see you win, it's a positive, but unfortunately, it doesn't work all the time because you have to have that internal good attitude. And that's what you have. So that's what another.
I think that's what I have now. And I said to you recently too, that mentally I'm in a really good place at the minute. With all of this, I just feel now that that I guess I'm focused on it and I'm being more positive about it. So I'm saying to myself, Cheryl, you can do this. You can do this. Look what you've done so far. And I'll always remember, I was only about 8 weeks into the program and already the difference and the progress. And remember you coming up to me and saying, Cheryl, honestly, what you can do now, and look at you look amazing and everything else. And I said, no, I can't believe it. And you said to me, but wait until January. I don't know if you remember that or not.
Yeah, well, not specifically the conversation, but...
I just remember you saying, wait until you see the January. And all I thought, in that moment in my brain, I just thought, he's telling me there's more to go. There's, you know, I can even get even better. And I just thought, oh my goodness, I can't wait to January to see what I can do then. And so here we are, almost in January.
And when this comes out, it will be January.
That's right,
and you'll be probably more progress.
I know.
And that's just like stretching your vision too, like, because sometimes when some people maybe haven't achieved the results before, they really maybe can't see it at the start. But when we coach so many people that we've coached, you can see in people's attitude. You can see the people who are going to win. And, you know, for sure, having a good attitude, pushing yourself in the gym, doing the right things outside the gym. I mean, that's it. That's it.
It is.
But it's tough.
It is tough. And I know, and there's people out there, and a lot of people have said to me too, but what about, you know, the finance of it financially? Well, the way Gary and I both looked at this was, but this is an investment in us. This is our future. If I'm coming up to be 55, you see the way I feel now, I want to feel like this when I'm 65. And to me, it's so important to invest in yourself, because otherwise we might have to invest in refurbishments around the house. We might need to put in stair lifts and handrails and everything else. So on down the line, it could cost us in other areas if we don't put in the investment now in us. And I always remember you saying once you said in here that it's all about investing in yourself to prevent the falls later on. And I don't want to be thinking of that or going to, I want to be the best that I can be, fitness ways and everything else, and mobility and everything else, so that I can prevent those falls later on, and that I don't have to worry about putting in ramps, putting in stair lifts, I want to do what I can to prevent it. I'm not saying none of us know what the future holds or whatever, but at least Gary and I can both say, well, you know what? We invested in ourselves and it was worth it because we feel so much better, you know. And I'm hoping to retire from this job when I'm 60, so that's another 5 years. I'm hoping then to spend those next few years traveling around, seeing a wee bit of the world, doing things. I want to be in my optimum health. I want to feel good. And, you know, some people might look at it differently, might think, well, you can slow down when you get to that. I don't. I actually think, no, that's the time you want to actually speed up.
Love that.
You want to, you know, come to that time in your life and actually think, right, what's the next chapter?
Yeah.
What's
out
there
do that
for us?
without energy
And you can't do that, Mark, without putting in the investment now. Yeah. Putting in the time. It's not just, you know, financial, but putting in the time, putting in the effort, making those wee small steps. I mean, our cupboards at home have greatly changed.
Yes.
I remember telling you that, I know. And it's funny, and Gary, you know, we'd have walked down aisles and bought things that we had bought before, and I would have just said, just don't look, Gary, just don't look, and just walk on.
Good willpower.
And the two of us would have talked to each other like that and just go, just keep going, just keep going. And then we would come to something perhaps that was much more healthy and beneficial for us, and I'd say, there you go.
There you go.
Let's buy some of this.
And that you can get, that you can have. Brilliant. Well, looking into next year, like 2024, what's one thing that maybe you would change for that you're maybe not doing perfectly right now that would maybe help other people think about?
Oh, what would I change?
And if anything, because to be honest, maybe there's nothing you would change. You just keep doing the same thing.
I really do hope, yeah, and I do think, I shouldn't say hope, but no, I know
Sure,
I'm going to maintain this. I know I am, Mark. I am just in a really good place at the minute, in a really good spot. I'm able to make all those changes, and I just know I'm going to be able to continue with them and maintain them and everything else. So I just want to, next year, keep going. I want to keep going and be excited for what next year brings, and be excited for what the progress I can make. If I can get more reps in here, I want to be able to do those pull-ups without the two belts.
Good.
But that in itself,
Yeah,
I mean, I couldn't do those at the start. I couldn't even get up onto the thing to reach up. And then the next thing was, I knew I'm up there and I'm actually doing pull-ups, 8 pull-ups. Now, 2 belts, I don't care. It was 2 belts. Yeah. I didn't care because that's my journey. I was able to do that. So goals for next year, yeah, let's get those pull-ups. Let's get down to 1 belt. And should I say, eventually, no belts?
Yeah.
Ooh, is that? Ooh.
Well, it's absolutely, anything is possible for sure, especially with your attitude. And pull-ups are one of the most difficult upper body movements there is. That's why it's a good tester. Like, can you get up there first?
I know.
Can you
I
hang?
know,
Then
I
can you do a little bit of a pull and then a full pull? Small progressions, but that's
and look at the press ups. Well, at the beginning, well, oh my goodness, I just I just about got myself into a press up position and hoped, can I actually hold myself here? That was a big achievement. And then the next thing was, let's do 1, and we had 3 cushions, and well, yeah, and then we got to 3 with 3 cushions, and now we're in 10 with 1 cushion.
That is
so
phenomenal.
There you go.
Honestly, your press ups are fantastic. A real credit to your strength.
And then it was lovely because some of you walked past and actually went, and such good form, they said. And I thought, yeah, it probably wasn't good form at all. But look, in my head, that was, you know, oh,
yeah, well, if we said it.
So like, I go out of here, you know, with a head high and thinking, good form. Look what I was able to do.
Do you ever be tempted to just bust out 10 press ups in the classroom just to show off?
Well, actually, recently I did. Now, I'll tell you what it was. 2 of my colleagues actually came into the room, and one is a great teacher. She's only started her teaching career, and she actually said to me, we were talking about retirement, and I says, well, 5 years, and then that's this journey at an end for me. And she says to me, Cheryl, you'll be going out of here in a Zimmer frame. I stopped and looked at her and I went, excuse me, down I got on the floor. Did some mountain climbers, followed by, what do you call the ones when you go up in the air and then you touch your foot and then you come back and touch the other foot? Or
Yeah, sure. So like,
is there a special name for those?
yeah, like toe touch or
Yeah,
press
yeah.
ups,
Well, I
sure.
did some of those. And by
Nice.
that stage, they were just like gasping. And I followed that by a few sit-ups, and I followed that by something else. And then I jumped up into the air and I went, so what was your comment again? And she just went, Cheryl, I can't even speak because I couldn't even do like 2 of those what you just did. And I went, well, now, it's all credit to you.
Brilliant. You're going into the next class, just absolutely wrecked, sweating.
And then whenever they went out, like then I went, I held it together, and then I thought, where's my water bottle? Let's wipe the sweat away.
Brilliant. But that's so good. Like, that's so positive for us to hear. And you know, definitely one of the nicest things I've heard this year is when you and Guy were coming to our Christmas party. You know, I'm so thrilled that people come to these events and stuff and come to it. But when you said to me that you went shopping for your dress, and you know, not that numbers are the be all end all. We talked about that with the scales and the size. But when you said that you were a size 20 last year, and you bought a size 14 for this Christmas.
I know.
That stuff is so powerful.
I
Like,
know.
that is why we have the best job, because we get to hear things like that.
And I honestly couldn't believe it. And not only that, I never would have changed in places. I hated that. I just never would have done it. And the girl actually made me go in and put the top on. And then she actually just opened the curtain and went, oh my goodness, you look amazing. Come out, come out. And I thought, oh, I can't come out. And then when I caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror, I thought, yes, I can come out. I've worked hard for this. And then I went home all excited, you know, and thought, look at me.
That's so special.
But
That
it is, yeah.
Such a moment.
But as I would say to all women out there, I know what the struggles are. I know how difficult it is. And we all go through lots of different hormonal changes from teenage years right through. So your journey could be a different journey to mine. And as I say, perimenopause, menopause, it's such it's something to me is not talked about enough. It affects women so much, and I've been talking to women about this recently too, who've actually said they got themselves into a rut. And then I've said, for me, this has been a lifesaver, honestly. I've just pulled me up out of that rut and given me this kickstart, as I said I needed. And no, I'm not looking back. I'm looking forward. So yes, looking forward to 2024 and all that brings.
We'll finish on this, and just if anybody watching stuff, like maybe a similar situation, or just maybe has tried and failed before and wants to get into the best shape of their life, is there any advice that you would give them?
Yes, just come. Honestly, that is the hardest thing, because that's what something I wasn't going to do. I just thought this environment here, I just thought this is definitely not going to be an environment for me. There's just no way with my age, with what I have, with regarding arthritis and all the rest. I just thought, and at that stage, with my weight and everything else, I just thought, there's not a chance. How could I ever walk in there? Oh my goodness. But honestly, that's all I needed to do, was just come through that door. And then I would say to anybody, don't worry about after that, because you guys take care of that. I was worrying about things I didn't need to worry about. All I needed to do was get myself here. So just get yourself in that door, and once you're here, you will not regret it. And after that, there's not a thing to worry about, because you guys take care of all of that for us. And you walk us through it, take us through it, encourage us, and all the rest. So I would just say, just get here. That's it. Don't worry about anything else. Don't think about anything else. Don't think about what you're going to do. How am I going to do it? Will I be able to do it? All of those things were just so needless worries that I had. Just come through that door, and you won't regret it.
Amazing. We're so proud of you.
Oh, thanks, Mark. Thank you.